morning, everyone. I'm back. Yeah. Okay. What to do? I have my four colors, which you can almost not see, but I'll tell you what it is. This is pure orange from Winsor & Newton. They have a couple of colors, but the one I'm using right here is this one. So it's cadmium orange U, and the number is 090. I think this is one you absolutely have to have because it's a beautiful color, and this is the last of it, so I'll have to be ordering some paint. Now, I made a turquoise, and as you know, that is the phthalo blue and green and the titanium white. That makes a nice turquoisey color, turquoisey bluish kind of color. Then this is gold mica that I sell in my shop, and I mixed it with PVA and gloss medium and a tiny little bit of pouring medium to get the right consistency. Then we have sienna, the transparent one, and I'm going to do a couple of these on photo paper. This is the photo paper, Kodak Extra Life paper. Now, next to the question about what are you spraying on your canvas, that's when I use this. People think I spray something, but it's not. It's just a chef's torch, as you can see. And you can find one on eBay, Amazon, in a cooking shop where you buy stuff if you want to bake cakes and stuff like that. It's a chef's torch. You can also search for creme brulee torch, because that's what it is. They are really cheap. You shouldn't be paying more than 10 bucks. And that's what I create the cells with. Because of the heat coming off the torch, it pulls up the silicone, and that creates those little cells. I do have another one. This one is a little bit more expensive, and I usually don't use it much because, well, as you can see, there's a different sort of it's a different sort of flame. I might just do it now. I'm not sure. Let's fill it just to be on the safe side. They have this hole in the bottom, and you get the lighter fluid, and you fill it 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Very short seconds. Because when you overfill it, if you ever have one of these and it starts acting like a flamethrower, then you know you've overfilled it. All you have to do is open up the valve, let everything out, and then just when everything's out, you just fill it for 3 seconds. 3 short bursts. Psst, 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 that's it. And then it won't be overfilled. Okay, guys, let's do this. I am now pouring on this because I have a lot of it. But if you can't get this kind of paper, and I've been reading a lot of comments lately that people say, I can't find this paper anywhere. What you can do is buy Yupo, and Yupo will act exactly the same, only it's just a little bit more expensive. You can try out some photo papers. As long as it has a layer of plastic, it's waterproof. I'll show you what it is. As you can see, you can just peel the plastic off it. See that? And that's why this stays exactly flat, because on both sides it has a sort of a plastic thing going on. So the moisture won't make it buckle or warp or whatever. It'll just stay flat. Now I ruined my piece of paper, so... Okay. Oops. Got the wrong one there. We're gonna do this. And maybe it would be nice if I sort of zoomed you in a little bit, and then you can really see what's happening. Now, I want to start off with orange, and I'm going to put that in little dots on the paper. And I'm going to make these to frame. This is for the giveaway this month, so that I can frame it and then send it out. That's the plan. And a little bit of gold because we like those colors so much. Then a little bit of the sienna here and there. And this is really easy to do. Everyone can do this, right? Then, when we have the colors all in a row, I'm going to pour the blue right down here. And I have a lot of this. I just mixed it up, put it in a bottle, so we have a lot of that. And I am going to swipe it with my card. So first I'm going to push it up. I think I'll do that first. Push it up there. And then swipe it. It's moving. Oh, that is kind of cute. I wasn't expecting that. That is kind of interesting. Too bad that's not in the middle, but we can see if we can come up with something there in the middle. No, 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 because the blue is way too thick. As you can see here, this is too thick. So if you're having the same problem that you're not getting those cells, it's a sign that there's a solid layer of one color over all the other colors, and then it just doesn't work. But I really like what's going on here, but we're going to have to do something different to it. There we go. Now it's thinner, so it'll release the color underneath. As you can see, that's happening right now. Now that is pretty. That I really like. Let's see if I could get you in focus, because there's some really cool stuff happening there. That is pretty. I really like those, the contrast between, well, some of it is going to be, oops, you're not in focus anymore. Let me zoom you out just a little bit. There you go. That way I can better get you in focus. So what's happening is that the orange isn't just orange. It's, of course, a little mix of the gold and the sienna. And the gold will pop up once it dries because it's mixed with PVA, which is white, and it's mixed with a little bit of gloss medium, which is also white, and then a little bit of pouring medium, which has a milky color. When that dries, it'll go transparent, and it will leave that golden, shimmery, metallic sort of thing. So, put you in close. There you go. So a lot of that is going to turn into gold. Now let's see if we frame this, what part we would take. That is beautiful. That is really beautiful. I love that. Only I have a little spot. See, it's a good thing to have one of these, which, you know, I've used a couple of times as an example. But for in your studio, if you're going to be doing these, it's a good thing to have one of these frames just, you know, to check out what you're going to take. Now, I could do this, but I like it there, this a little bit better. And then I have to make sure I get rid of that and that, because otherwise it's not going to be pretty. So all you need to do is very slowly, as long as there's color, that's the deal. I can take a little bit of that and put it in just to make it a little bit bigger. That is kind of bluish, but we'll just put this on here. Now we have more room to move around this frame. As you can see, I can move it around just a little bit more, not down there, but up there we can do that. And I still see that little bit there. So we're going to fill that in. And don't rush yourself, people, because that's when things go wrong. As you can see, this, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have had enough room to pick out the really good bits. Now I have. So that's this one's a keeper. It is really pretty. Now, another one, because I'm thinking a lot of people are gonna like this color combination. I haven't figured out what the postage is on one of these mats, but when I do, I will decide how many I'm gonna give away. It'll be more than 2, because when I do the giveaways, I usually do 2 because of the postage cost. But this will be cheaper, and the downside is it's not going to be insured, but I've never had a problem with something that's not insured coming or, you know, arriving to the person that I sent it to, so I won't worry about that too much. Now, oh no, I want to do something different. With this one, I'm going to swipe it first. So let's see how that works out. That's kind of cool. But I want to keep this in the middle. Then I'm going to add a layer of blue. That's it. And then I'm going to swipe the blue over it. Only this really moves a little bit, so I want to fix it to the table so it doesn't move. And then I can swipe it really like I want to swipe it. Okie dokie. Let's see what happens. I'm holding the torch up really high because I want the warmth to come down in a sort of a controlled manner, so the cells will really sell like I like them to sell. That's about it. But this one is beautiful too. Look at that. Let me get you in close. There it is. That's really pretty much what I was going for. Now to see if I have enough room to wiggle. Yes, I do. See down here it's getting a little bit the sides, so we're gonna fill in those two just a little bitty. I can take the tape off, don't need that anymore. Okie dokie. And a little bit greenish on this side. Just to make it a little bit bigger. Now I have lost my, oh no, here it is, my cloth, to clean off the, because when you do swipe, you need a really clean little palette knife. There we go on that side. And we're going to do it on this side. Let's do it this way. Okay. See if it'll sell up a little bit. Oh, yes it does. There you go. Just a few little cells and that works. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna work. So we're gonna keep this one. One more, guys. So that was 2 different ways that we've done that. This time I'm going to take a really tiny little pouring cup. This big, 30 milliliters. So I'm gonna put in the orange, some gold, Yep. Then some sienna. A little bit of blue, but I'm going to put the blue around it. But I do want some blue in it. I'm just layering, because I want those colors to play with themselves a little bit. Oh, that was a sort of a funny thing to say. Okay, let's do this. I just might do a little pour like this. Stop. And again. Stop. Okay. Then we're going to put blue around it. Don't want to disrupt the colors though. I want to keep them intact as much as I can. Just pushing it up against the first pour. That's it. I think my paint might be a little on the thick side, but we'll just keep it like that. Oops, it's just a little bit more blue down here. Okay, now people have asked me when I did this what this is. This is an airbrush. Normally you put paint in here, you have a little lid that you put on top, you put the paint in, and then when you do this the paint comes out. But because we have nothing in it, only air comes out. And you can do this with a straw, of course, but people that have one of these, they can just use the airbrush. So I'm gonna make it go crazy and hopefully big enough for me to frame it. And it does make a mess, that's true. That's about it. That's nice. I don't want those cells in the middle. That's about it. Sort of an explosion of color. And now we'll see how, if we can get any cells at all. A little bit, not too much, but I think this is enough. Sometimes, you know, you don't want too much of those cells, just for just to make it a little more different. But I sort of like what it's doing. Just going to stretch it out a little bit. This one's coming down. That's about enough. Let's see what happens if we can frame it. I would frame it like this. So we're gonna need a little brush. And I'm gonna frame it like that. So we're gonna pull out here. We're gonna pull the paint a little bit down here. That makes it beautiful. And then down here. And you don't want to push down with your brush that you're on the paper. All you want to do is pull the paint to cover it. So let me see if I can give you what I'm trying to explain. If you push your brush in and you pull it, you can see all these the transparent brush strokes, and that's something that you don't want. So all you want to do is only pull the paint. Don't touch the paper beneath it. That way when it dries, it'll be perfect. See, that's perfect. I don't see any paper. That's good. Okay. We're gonna keep that one. That's cute. So I'm going to be ordering a lot of those mats that you guys have been emailing me crazy about. A lot of people can't find those mats, but the key to finding them is that you put a square mat in the search. When you're searching, you have to search for square mats. And what a lot of people are doing, they're only searching for a picture mat. So then you get the rectangle ones, because those are the most common ones that are used. But the square ones, you'll have to search for square mats. But I'm just thinking, guys, I'll put the link. I found one in the USA who is really cheap, and they have every single color you can imagine, and I will put the link under the video. Oh no, I might put it in the video. A lot of people are having trouble finding the information under the video, so I'll do that. Put it in the video. Okay, let's see what we got here. Gotta make it a little bigger or it won't fit. There we go. That is interesting. That is something different. Now you can see that, and this is again a telltale sign that there is a layer of one color that is too thick. So as you can see, the silicone is trying to come through, but because this layer is way too thick, it just cannot do that. So what you can do is stretch it and hope that the silicone find its way to the top. That's something you can do. I can torch it again. Let's see if that did help. Well, at least you can see more color than in the beginning, so I guess we'll have to be satisfied with that. Now that's a lot of orange. That's not something I'm really thrilled about. And usually when that happens, you know, because there's not a point of interest in the thing, because there's too much orange in it, I like to add a little bit of glitzy glitz to it, just to make it a little bit more interesting. But this is, again, this is ultra fine glitter. But guys, I've checked. I cannot find this stuff online anymore, and I'm trying to, because there's a WW on there that I can see. WW. Boy, I think I'll need a magnifying glass. Yep, the eyes go when you get old. I will check it out. Let me see. Because I don't want to... Okay, I think I got it, guys. It says... Boy, oh boy, oh boy, is that small. I'll check it out first inside before I send you all to a website that doesn't even exist. I don't want to do that. That is kind of, yeah, I still don't like it. I can't help it. I'm not going to frame that. You know, if it's really something I don't like, I'm not going to frame it. Let's try and fix this. Let's do something to it. That's kind of cool. Because I do like that, but I don't like this part. Let's see what happens now. Let's see if it's more interesting now. Yeah, that looks better. Now we got rid of most of that orange, so now it's more in balance, as you can see, and that is something that I might even consider framing. I do want a little bit more of that glitty glit. That's a little bit too much, but we'll see. Does add a really nice touch to it, but I would like a little bit more, but then all over it. That's it. That's the best way you can do it. You either put it on top or in the palm of your hand and just blow over it. Then it spreads out, and as you can see there, see how it spreads out? That is pretty. Here I got a little bit too much on it, but then again I just might shove it over to this side here, and that'll be okay. Although I do want to give myself a little bit more room to juggle with the mat. That's it. We're keeping this one. Okay guys, this turned into a 26-minute video, so I'm gonna stop here. What I have for today is already you've seen another video that I made today showing an artist that I just stumbled across on YouTube, and she just started, has very little subscribers, but I hope you'll support her because she's doing something that I haven't seen before. And I think when someone comes up with their own technique, I sort of like that, and I think you guys are gonna like or enjoy watching those videos too. That's why I did a shout out for her channel. And of course I showed how you make a frame in the previous video, so if you didn't see that one, look at the video before this one, then you'll get it, and you're all up to speed. What I'm gonna do today is I'm sort of thinking, because I'm thinking, am I gonna do this, because it's a lot of work. I was thinking of doing a really big one, a 40 by 40, but then times 2, and more in the way that she did it. And that involves me moving a table over here, setting up the camera differently. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that today or tomorrow, but I'll be back with another pour, I promise you that, because I'm going to do a push and a pull, but this time on a longer canvas. So I'll see you all in a bit. Love you all to pieces, like always. Liebe euch alle, wie immer. Hou voor jullie allemaal, zoals altijd. And I'll see you in the next video. Laters.